Bro, stop focusing on muscle growth. When I first started lifting in the gym, all I could think about was building muscle and getting that aesthetic physique that everybody wants. Looking good as hell like David Lade. When I go on TikTok, I look at all the information, I learn a ton about muscle growth, protein, all the fundamentals. And I realized, okay, I need a bulk and I need a cut, and that's the best way to grow muscle, right? Which is true, that is probably the best way to build muscle, especially if you are a beginner. I did that, I did my first cut, followed with my first bulk, and then I cut. Then I gained a ton of weight back from binge eating because I went way too aggressive because I was following what bodybuilders were doing. The issue I found myself in, which a lot of young lifters find themselves in, thinking that they want to be a bodybuilder or that's the only way to train for their goal. If your goal is to look aesthetic, just look pretty good, you do not need to follow a cut bulk cycle constantly. Sure, that is the most optimal way to grow a ton of muscle, but like I said, if that is not your goal, then don't force it on yourself. I forced myself to go into dirty bulks and aggressive cuts, which were very unhealthy and made me gain a ton of fat. I have a very, very bad relationship with food. If I had just focused on health, getting stronger, and just my longevity, it would have been pretty much the same result without a lot of the extra nonsense that ended up making things worse. See ya.